everyone, it's Ashley. This is my 22-week pregnancy update. I'm 22 weeks. I feel like this is going to be a short update. I don't really have tons to talk about. I feel like the first trimester went by excruciatingly slow. Every single day it was just like, I have to get through this day. I have to get through the next day. And I would take it day by day because it was just hard. But I don't want to say this is going by really fast, but it feels like it's going fast. I had an ultrasound at 20 weeks, and then yesterday I had another ultrasound because they couldn't see everything they needed to. Sorry, it was really close. And they still couldn't see everything they needed to see. Baby seems to like to be in kind of weird positions and kick and move around a lot. Just the cat. So I have to go back in 2 weeks again at 24 weeks for another ultrasound. They're looking to get the 4 chambers of the heart. They could see it this past yesterday, but she couldn't get a good picture of it because of the way the baby was laying. And there was another thing they said that they needed to get. It was kind of weird because, sorry, I just noticed things sitting here and I have to look at them right that second or I'll forget. Sorry. Things like, she had a whole list of things that they didn't get at 20 weeks. Things like a picture of the front of the face, the kidneys, I can't remember what else. And it seemed like that 20-week ultrasound, she just couldn't hardly get anything, I guess. So, and yesterday, it was a long ultrasound compared to what I've had. I went in and she did as much as she could with the baby, kind of just giving her a hard time, honestly. And then she said, okay, let me show the doctor what I have, and then maybe somebody else can come in and try. So another ultrasound tech came in and tried for a little bit. She was mostly, the first ultrasound tech was mostly interested in getting the baby to open its fingers. It seemed to keep its hands like this. So at one point she was literally if this is my belly, she was like trying to get it to move and open up its hands. So that's the first thing that the tech did. Second tech, she tried to get better shots of the fingers. And then she spent probably 10 minutes trying to figure out a way to get a nice picture of the heart. And I could see all 4 chambers and you could see them moving, and I don't know what they're looking for when they're doing these pictures that she wasn't getting from the angle that she was at. So I don't know. In 2 weeks when I have the next ultrasound, I also have my next midwife appointment. At this appointment, they will give me the prescription for the, I want to call it the glucose test. I feel like it has a different name, but it's to check for gestational diabetes. I didn't have it with my son. It's not to say I won't have it with this one, but fingers crossed I don't. What else was I going to say? I am really sick of wearing clothes. I need it to be warm. I need to wear dresses. The only coat, nice coat I had. Now, this is not because I have gotten big. This is because it got caught on something. But a button ripped off of it. And it's like a pea coat. And have to sew it back on, and I don't want to, and it's frustrating. So now I'm kind of wearing like coats that are just too small, trying to get through this. Tomorrow is April 1st, and they're saying it's going to get warmer. I don't know. It's driving me crazy. On Thursday, we are going to tour the hospital. They only do it once a month on the first Thursday of the month. And I feel like we went and saw the hospital with my son around the same time. Excuse me, I can't remember. But I also feel like this is early to go see the hospital at 22 weeks. But May, June, and July are just gonna kind of be not ideal, I think. The first Thursday in June is right before we go on a trip to the UK. July will have just gotten back, and I think they're going to have to reschedule it because it's going to be around 4th of July. And so I just think that this is when we should go. and honestly, if I've heard that this is a great hospital, and I don't doubt it is. I've been there for my first loss and my ectopic. And so the care I received there was obviously in a different ward, but it was great. And I would go back there if I needed something else surgically done. But, you know, just in case I don't particularly love it, we'll have time to pick one of the numerous other hospitals Long Island has to offer. I think that's mainly it. Oh, the last thing is I'm feeling the baby move like crazy. My son was kind of like, I worked when I was pregnant with him until I was just over 7 months pregnant. And I was up all day. I was moving around. I worked at a daycare. So he was kind of like chilling out all day. Then when I got home, for a few hours, he would be kicking and moving and that. But then when I went to sleep, he was like, okay, it's time to go back to sleep. This one, as soon as I lay down to go to bed, it starts moving around. I don't know, maybe it's the position I'm laying in. At this point, I should be trying to focus on sleeping on one of my sides, preferably my left, but I prefer my right. At least I do like sleeping on my side, unlike some people who like sleeping on their stomach. Because getting to sleeping on my back, I still do like, but it's getting to be a little bit uncomfortable. And I got the pregnancy pillow out, I can't remember, a few weeks ago, and I was just talking to my husband. I was like, I hate this thing. It's really hard to roll over with under the blankets, because like it's just this big massive pillow that you're trying to move with your body whilst not pulling all the blankets from the other side of the bed. So yeah, the baby moves a lot, especially right when I'm trying to go to sleep. And I noticed this morning, I got up, I can't remember what time it was. I want to say it was like, I don't get up to use the bathroom every night. But last night it was, I cannot even remember. I did look at the clock, but I can't remember what time it was. 4, probably. And when I laid down, it started moving again. And I was like, it doesn't hurt. Some of them hurt. But I find myself, like, if I'm just sitting there on the couch and I feel the baby move, I'm just like, oh, I love you. I love you. You can kick me. It's fine. I don't mind. I love it. And I can remember my son not giving me, I mean, obviously they're different babies. It's going to be in a different position, whatever. But I didn't get a lot of rib kicks. I didn't get a lot of cervical kicks. His foot wasn't wedged up underneath my ribs or anything. I wasn't uncomfortable other than really bad sciatica. So basically, he was not anywhere except for right on my nerve for the last 2 months. So that was okay. But this one, I was like, I kind of just want to go back to sleep. Can you stop moving? So, what can you do? Which may change, it may not change, I don't know. But we are 2 weeks away from viability. I was talking to my husband about it, and I explained to him, viability is like where you want to get to. It doesn't necessarily mean if your baby's born at 25 weeks, it's awful to say, but it doesn't mean it's going to survive. Some 30-weekers have bigger issues. But just getting to that 24-week viability is just like the biggest milestone we have right now after getting past the loss milestones. And then keeping the baby in for as long as possible. I want to feel like we've shared this, that we are going away to the UK for 2 weeks in June. I will be 32 weeks to 34 weeks. And some people have expressed some concern that the baby could be potentially born then. And I said, and even my doctor agrees, we're going to be fine. And I'm doing all the steps I need to do, and if it's born over there, it's born over there, and, we're going to be with family, so worst comes to worst, we won't be staying at hotels, and paying exorbitant fees to try and stay with our baby for as long as we can. So, that is that. I feel like once I put in a belly shot, like a proper picture, but maybe I didn't, I don't remember. I do them every other week, but I usually do it later in the afternoon, and I do you guys in the morning. So I probably won't be ever showing you a picture unless I've taken one for like a special event or something. Okay, so that's it. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.